Ravi was like most young people. He had dreams, big ones. He wanted to become a successful software developer, travel the world, make his parents proud, and live a meaningful life. But despite all those dreams, he often found himself doing the exact opposite of what he knew he should be doing. Every morning was a battle with the alarm clock. It would ring at 7 a.m. He'd snooze it once, then again, and again. Before he knew it, it was 8:30 a.m. He'd jump out of bed in a panic, skip breakfast, and rush to college without properly preparing. In class, he'd zone out, distracted by his phone or his own racing thoughts. After college, he'd head home, exhausted, but not physically, just mentally drained. He'd scroll through social media, binge on YouTube, eat whatever was easy to cook, and then stay up late, doing nothing truly valuable. This wasn't just a bad day. It was his life on loop. And deep inside, Ravi hated it. He'd look in the mirror and whisper to himself, "I want to be better. I'll start tomorrow." But tomorrow was always just a word. It never became action. One evening, after an especially unproductive day, Ravi sat on the edge of his bed, feeling frustrated and helpless. He had an assignment due, a test coming up, and an important interview next month. And yet, he couldn't even get himself to clean his room, let alone study or prepare. His phone buzzed. A motivational video started autoplaying on YouTube. He rolled his eyes. "What's the point? I've watched 100 of these. Nothing changes," he muttered. But this one was different. It wasn't loud or dramatic. It was calm. The soft voice said, "You don't need to change your entire life in one day. You just need to drink a glass of water every morning. That's it. Start there." Ravi almost laughed. Seriously? A glass of water? But something about that simplicity stuck with him. He didn't know it then, but that moment, quiet and almost insignificant, would become the spark that lit a fire inside him. The next morning, something surprising happened. Ravi opened his eyes at 7:15 a.m. He felt the urge to go back to sleep, but that sentence from the video echoed in his mind. "Just drink a glass of water." He sat up, rubbed his eyes, and dragged himself to the kitchen. He filled a glass, cold from the tap, and drank it. It wasn't magical. He didn't suddenly become energized or focused. But it felt like a win. A small one. For the first time in weeks, Ravi had done something intentionally. Not because he had to, but because he chose to. That night, he smiled as he got into bed. He felt proud for drinking a glass of water. It was ridiculous, and yet it felt right. The next day, he drank the glass of water again, and again the day after that. On day 4, after drinking the water, he looked around and thought, "My room looks like a mess." So he made his bed. Just the bed. Nothing else. It took 2 minutes, but it made the room look better, cleaner. He felt a little better too. By day 6, he added one more thing. 5 push-ups. By day 10, he had a routine. The wake up at 7 o'clock. He'd drink a glass of water. Make his bed. Do 5 push-ups. Sit for 10 minutes without his phone. He wasn't calling it meditation or exercise. It was just habit stacking. Small actions, done with intention. And the best part? It didn't feel hard, because none of it took more than 10 to 15 minutes. But these minutes were changing his day. Once, during exam week, he completely fell off track, stayed up late, ate poorly, skipped his habits. The old Ravi started creeping back in. But this time, he caught himself. Instead of spiraling into guilt and self-hate, he reminded himself, missing one day doesn't erase the progress of 30. He got up the next morning, drank his water, and restarted. No drama, no pressure, just consistency. And that made all the difference. 3 months in, Ravi was a different person. Not in appearance, not dramatically, but in attitude, behavior, and mindset. His teachers noticed he was more focused. His parents noticed he was more cheerful. His friends noticed he was more reliable. Most importantly, he noticed himself. He realized that the old version of him wasn't lazy or broken. He was just stuck in a cycle of trying to change too much too fast. Now, with a few daily habits, Ravi had become someone he was proud of. He had built discipline without force, motivation without pressure, and progress without burnout. One day, a classmate named Kabir approached him. "Bro, how did you change? I remember how distracted you were last semester. Now you're like focused." Ravi smiled and said, "Do you drink a glass of water in the morning?" Kabir blinked. "What?" "That's how it started for me," Ravi laughed. "One small habit. Every day. That's it." Kabir didn't believe him at first, but over time he saw the truth. Ravi started helping others build simple routines. He didn't call himself a coach or a guru. He was just someone who had lived the struggle and found the way out. Ravi's story isn't special because he climbed Mount Everest or built a $1 million company. It's special because he proved something we often forget. Small habits shape big lives. You don't need to meditate for an hour, go to the gym for 2 hours, read 100 pages, or become perfect overnight. You just need to start with one thing. Today, if you're reading this and thinking, "I want to change, but I don't know where to start," the answer is simple. Start where Ravi did. Wake up and drink a glass of water. Make your bed. Write one sentence about your day. Walk for 5 minutes. Choose one. Make it daily. Let it become a habit. Because when you repeat something long enough, it becomes your identity. And your identity shapes your actions. And your actions shape your destiny. In the end, Ravi didn't transform because of motivation. He transformed because of discipline in the smallest things. And that's the beauty of life. You don't need to leap to greatness. You only need to take the first small step. So, drink that glass of water. Make your bed. Start small. Stay consistent. And one day, without even realizing it, you'll look back and say, "That small habit, it changed my life." If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a push today. Comment below, what's the one small habit you'll start today? Let's grow together.